Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Republic of Motorsport, round 7 race around Hungary. We apologise that, well, I apologise that we haven't brought you qualifying. We've had a technical problem. Just to recap, we've got, if memory serves, we have Pez on pole from Tommy Reel, I believe, with Thron Half, Weston's, JF1 James, and then Lucky Lambert on the front 3 rows. Championship leader B Ford is in 9th place. Just waiting on the drivers to ready up now, and we'll get going with the race. And before we get going as well, I'd just like to say a quick tribute to the late Murray Walker, who sadly passed away yesterday. And he was greatly loved by everyone, and his commentary style was none like any other. He loved the sport, loved commentating on anything that had wheels, and his enthusiasm for everything was second to none, and he will be greatly missed. And thoughts are with his family at this current point, but what Murray would want is for us to race on, whether it be online league racing or in real life. He would want us to race on, and the Republic of Motorsport League pays the respects to his family, and we race on for him. And as we get warmed up, see, we got CSR Pez on pole, Tommy Reels alongside him, Thron Half and Weston's row 2, with the other racing point of James in 5th, and then you've got the other Alpha of Ludlow in 6th. You've got Lucky Lambert 7th, Dacey is 8th, B Ford is 9th, Drazzy is 10th. Outside the top 10 we've got Shaney, Maitland, who is currently not with us, he's ghosted. Hopefully he'll get back in the session soon. And we got Lorne in 13th, Camo alongside him in 14th. And on the final row, Aki AMG and Yanians. So just wait for the drivers to come round to the grid. And we'll get this race around Hungary underway. So far it's a sunny day with looks like a few clouds in the sky, so might get some rain, who knows, as we've had that in the past few races of the season. Climbing up, just waiting for the grid to form. Looks like everyone is finally formed. Right, we've got Pez on pole, and it's 5 lights. And it's go, go, go for the Hungarian Grand Prix, round 7 of the Republic of Motorsport League, if I haven't mentioned that one already. And we've got graphics going everywhere right now. We've got, looks like James is on the inside of the Alpha of, outside of the Alpha of, looks like Thron Half. And we've got a severe collision with AKMG and Lucky Lambert, apparently. And Lambert is off at the back and looks like out of the race. And we have a virtual safety car. And the timing screens. And AKMG is a 5-second penalty for gaining 1 place after colliding with Shaney, apparently. It's not a good start so far. Still onto the VSC. Timings have come back. We've got Pez in the lead with Tommy Reel, Thron Half, James. Ludlow Weston's is down a couple. B Ford is up a couple. And we are back to green. And Drazzy tries to take advantage of that. Just trying to get past B Ford. And Pez has actually gone and got away. Oh, we've got a collision in the background. And Alpha's hit the back of Weston's. Looks like Ludlow hit the back of Weston's. Spun the field. And we've got we've got the Alphas in the barriers as well at the final corner. What on earth has happened there? Well, that was a very interesting first lap. And we've got Pez and Tommy Reel minding their own business out in front. Quite a way ahead of Aki AMG. I think. Yes, Aki AMG is third. So the position change at the start. Aki is up the most, 11 places. We've got quite a few people in the pit lane by the looks of things. We've got Ludlow, Westons, B. Ford and James have all been in the pits with damage. And also Thron Half, but it says Thron Half is leading the great race, but he's definitely not. Say we've got, there we go, it's reset itself. Thron Half has gone on to the hard, along with B. Ford and Westons. James is onto the mediums of the four drivers that have been into the pit lane. Let's see how this race is going. We've still got Pez leading from Tommy Reel, and Aki is currently in third place, 5.5 seconds behind, with Drazzy and Dacey hot on his heels, along with Shaney, Camo and Yanni Ans, with Lorne also there. We've got Maitland, who still hasn't managed to get back into the race, in 10th at the moment. And Ludlow has finally made it into the pits to change his wing. And he's going to come out behind the rest of them and his teammate. Terrible start for the Alfa Romeo team there, after qualifying so highly. Let's back onto this battle for third place. Pez pulling away from Tommy Reel by a few tenths a lap. And Aki's doing a good job holding off Drazzy, Dacey and Shaney at the minute, with Camo and Lorne also in this queue of cars. He still holds on, very nicely done. Drazzy had a look but couldn't make it stick. And then we got Dacey being challenged by Shaney. Shaney's looking the inside of turn 2. Oh, there's contact, but Shaney is through on Dacey. So up the hill to turn 5. I say Camo hanging on to the back of them here, as is Yanni and Lorne at the minute. Interesting to see how these strategies play out with the soft tyre runners in the middle of this pack. So from what I can tell from memory, yes, it was Shaney and Camo, the two soft tyre runners in the middle of this pack. And Camo's just picked up a 3-second time penalty, and very good scrap here for the final podium place. Aki doing everything he can to keep it after such a great start on the first lap after all that drama, up 12 places. So Drazzy's still not quite close enough to have a look. Say, it looks like we got Rooney right on the back of not Rooney, B. Ford, Murrayism right there. Love it. Knew that was going to happen. Recently changed the name on the back of Westons. doing a valiant job holding off the championship leader is Westerns. We've got James behind them with Thron Half and Ludlow further off back. We have a yellow flag. A Thron Half has crashed out of turn 3. He has lost it on the curb or he's just retired. I'm not entirely sure. But we have another virtual safety car. And we have Pez has boxed under this safety car. So Tommy Reel takes the lead and he's got a healthy lead over Aki AMG. Pez has taken advantage and he probably would have gone onto the hard tyre. Or is he onto the medium? He's onto the medium tyre. So more than likely another stop for Pez in this Grand Prix. And still missing Maitland from the race. At the moment. Still under the virtual safety car here at the moment. Let's see. So everyone below Pez has stopped. Obviously Maitland hasn't because we're missing him at the minute. And I've just seen Aki has just lost the place to Drazzy on the restart. A very opportunistic move from Drazzy. Taking advantage. You have to be very alert for when the VSC is ending. Looked like, from what I saw, Aki just ran a little bit wide at the end of the middle sector, which gave Drazzy the chance. And he wasn't going to say no. And see, can Drazzy make any inroads on Tommy Reel, who has lost 2.5 seconds under this virtual safety car. He was over 7.5 seconds ahead. It's now down to 5.4. So Camo's just picked up a penalty for multiple warnings again. So 4 drivers so far have picked up penalties. We've got Aki, Shaney, Camo and Ludlow. Currently the current guys with penalties. Only 7 laps in mine, so there might be a few more drivers picking up a few penalties. Let's see, Dacey is managing to pull away here. And he's gaining on Tommy Reel too. So Tommy Reel is trying to stretch his soft tyres as far as they will go. But he is losing a little bit. He is losing around a second a lap to Drazzy at the moment. And looks like Aki is in the pits. And Shaney's up to 3rd. So Aki comes out onto another set of medium tyres. Or he's serving a drive-through, I think, probably. Don't think he's changed tyres. Let's have a look. No, still on the same tyre, so it was a drive-through for Aki. I must have misread that under his penalties, but so currently Tommy Reel looks like he's managed to get a handle of his tyres after the restart. The gap's only come down by a 1/10 or 2 on this next lap. But Drazzy is pulling away from Shaney, who is now beginning to is now the head of the chasing pack, for that final podium place. Dacey's looking very racy here and looks like he could make a move at the end of the home straight here. Shaney going slightly defensive. And Dacey makes a move, a late lunge up the inside, and hopefully trying to make it stick. Can he get around the outside of turn 2? A very good move from Dacey there, up into 2nd place. As Drazzy's in the lead, as Tommy Reel has pitted. in the lead. And he's back down to... Tommy Reel's back down to 8th, behind Pez at the moment. And we have another yellow flag in Sector 2. Looks like Shaney's had a spin at turn 4. He's clipped the curb at turn 4. Chasing down Dacey he was, but puts Camo, the final man, on the soft tyres. Yet to pit. Oh no, he's not. Sorry, Shaney is also the other soft tyre runner. My apologies. And he is in for his pit stop. But we've got Pez and possibly Tommy Reel on a 2-stop strategy here. And we've got Pez and Shaney in the pit lane, getting rid of their soft tyres. Let's see, we've got B Ford still chasing down Westons here. Only be making it. It looks like he's close enough to make a move this lap. And we've got not Tommy Reel. Camo coming out of the pits just ahead of them. And B Ford makes the move on Westons up into the points in P10. And we've got Westons spun just behind them there. Unfortunate for the Racing Point driver. Very action-packed first 10 laps here. And he's going to be probably coming in for a new nose. He's damaged the whole left-hand side. So we've got Yanian's close up behind Lawn here. And the other closest battle is B Ford on right behind Camo here. Drivers beginning to pick up penalties now as well. Oh, B Ford had a look up the inside there at the penultimate corner. Not quite able to stick his nose in. Can he get past Camo on the home straight? He's not quite close enough on this lap. I'd say Yanian is the only other driver close in within DRS range of another driver at the minute. But Drazi's still out front with Dacey in second and Pez in third. And Pez needs to go flat out here to try and make this 2-stop strategy work. And still very dark skies around. Could we be getting some rain very shortly? Seems a bit darker than it was at the start of the Grand Prix. But Dacey and Drazy keeping it consistent out front on their medium tyres, 11 laps old, with Pez chasing down on 5-lap-old tyres. Looks like Pez is closing, gradually getting back onto the back of Dacey. I say Yanians is now just outside the DRS range of Lawn in the other Mercedes. Saying Camo, and we got Rooney in the pits. What's Rooney in the pits for? Onto a medium set, and nose change for the championship leader. And looks like Westons has retired from the race. Probably done that in the pit lane to avoid any safety cars. And Shaney is now in the pits with a damaged wing as well. Just for attrition, if you just keep going, you never know, you might get some points at the end of this. And we've got a yellow flag in Sector 3. I would assume that's Shaney retiring from the race, so we're down to 12 runners. We've lost a quarter of the field now. It's looking like a race of attrition. So you finish, you're more than likely to get points. But the championship leader's got a lot of work to do if he wants to. If he wants some points in this race. He is nearly not 8.5 seconds now behind James in 10th. The field is a little strung out now after all this action that we had at the start. So he's still got Lorne trying to chase, sorry, not Lorne, Pez chasing down Dacey. He's half the gap down. It's under 2 seconds now, and I believe, yes, Maitland is back in the Grand Prix. So we'll see what Maitland can do now. I'll say top 5 so far. Sorry, top 6 still penaltyless. And the only other driver without penalties is B Ford. See everyone on the medium or the hard tyre at the minute. Seeing how the strategy will play out towards the end. And still Yanni Ans is the biggest gainer in the race. He is up 11 with Drazi. He's up 9 from his starting place. See how all these different strategies will play out towards the end of this. Hold on. And we've got still 6 drivers yet to make a stop at the minute. It's the top 2, Lorne and Yanni, and Aki and Maitland. All drivers yet to make their stop, 14 laps in. You think it would be coming soon, going on to the hardest tyre for a one-stop strategy? And same, we've got Tommy Reel right up behind Yanni Ans now on his fresher medium tyres. See what he can do. See if he can get past Yanni Ans. Yanni's gone very defensive there, but gives up the inside line for Tommy Reel to come through. And he's up into 5th place, trying to chase down CSR Pez, as they were the original leaders at the start of this. Currently 7 seconds behind. And you see now he'll need to get past Lorne ASAP really if he wants to gain in any time on Pez, who is right up behind Dacey now. The gap has come down in the last 4 laps and it's under a second, so Pez now in DRS range. For his race chances, if he's on this 2-stopper, he will need to make the move quickly, and he's through already. Unconventional place to make the move, but Pez is through, up into 2nd place. See if he can catch up to Drazi now in the lead, who goes around for another lap. And Dacey still goes round. And then you got Lorne 5 seconds further back. He's staying out, along with Yanni Ans. They're all staying out so far, the medium runners from the start of the race. Say Tommy Reel. There you go, the one-stop strategy pit window is open on this lap. So we'll see if any of the medium runners start popping in at the end of this lap. Dacey's hanging in there with CSR Pez at the moment. I'm saying Tommy Reel still the other closest battle on track. Close up behind Lorne. They've dropped Yanni Ans by about 1.5 seconds now. But he's hanging on in there, doing a very good job from the back of the pack. The back of the grid, I should say, at the start of the race. Say Aki after his drive-through still in 7th, but has another pit stop to make. See where he comes out after that pit stop. You'd like to, I think it'd be somewhere around B Ford if my maths is right on the pit stop time. Maybe closer to James, but probably ahead of his teammate. And it looks like Aki is in the pit lane. He's the first one of the medium starters to come in. And Tommy Reel has just made the move. Gone a bit deep though on Lorne, but Lorne looks like he's back past. Tommy Reel is very desperate to get past Lorne if he wants any chance of catching Pez, who is gradually gaining on Drazzy here at the front of the field. Gap is down to from 3.5 to 2.5 in a couple of laps, but we'll just see when these medium runners that haven't stopped yet actually come into the pit lane. And we've had, looks like Aki's had a... Aki looks like he's come out in front of B Ford from the pit stops, but he's let him go. Either that or he's had a moment. I'm not entirely sure, but Aki has fallen behind teammate B Ford. Puts B Ford into the points. Oh, we've got a spin from Lorne. Tommy Reel and Lorne have collided in turn 2. Just caught the beginnings and end of that. But Lorne is now down into 6th place behind Yanni. Guess it was defending hard on the inside and just went in a little too hot, you'd possibly say. The other option is a bit of pinching from both drivers, trying to take up as much track as they possibly could. And Aki with a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Unlucky for the McLaren driver. Pez is now, the gap is down to 1.4. Drazzy is still going on his medium tyres. Is he trying to get far enough for a set of soft, or if there's rain coming? And B Ford has just picked up a penalty for multiple warnings. But the top 6 are still squeaky clean. And Pez is gaining and gaining and gaining here. And there is the rain. I'm pretty sure I've just seen the rain hit. And it is raining halfway through this race. So Drazzy has just hung on long enough for the rain, whereas most of the other medium runners have boxed. I think the only other two guys are Dacey and Yannians. Actually, and Lorne, I believe. Stops. Oh, and Maitland. We've got 5 drivers that have waited for the rain on that medium tyre. So give it a couple of laps. If they can hang on to their mediums, they can go straight on to intermediates if it begins to rain hard enough. But CSR Pez is gaining, gaining, gaining. And Drazzy is going defensive. He's done a these medium runners have done a very good stint from the start of the race. 20 laps is very, very good for the mediums. You just want to make them last, especially if you've qualified in the top 10. They've got more laps on them as well, as Drazzy did. He qualified 10th from memory. So he's already got 23 laps on these tyres. Or is he just outside the top 10 with 19 laps? May have been just outside the top 10, but I know he was towards the end of the top, around that area. See, Pez is very close on this lap. Will Drazi defends hard, making Pez go the long way. But will Pez make the move around the outside at turn 1? Comes out the slipstream. Drazi defends the inside line very well. Pez still around the outside. Has he got the move done out of turn 1? And he has done. Drazi switches back to try and get the move back down into turn 2, but Pez has it covered. And Pez is back into the lead after already making that one stop on lap 6. So now it will be a case of who can keep the car on the road in these dampening conditions. Drazi will be struggling on the older tyres, as will Dacey. Pez has the younger tyres by about 6 laps, so shouldn't be as much of a struggle for him, but it will still be a struggle if it gets wetter and wetter. So we've got 2 drivers currently 1 lap down. We've got Aki and Ludlow just a lap down at the moment. Everybody else on the lead lap at the minute. You see, and Drazi is beginning to lose quite a bit of ground now to Pez. He's just hanging on for the rain and hoping the rain gets heavier, so you don't have to make that stop onto dry tyres. Dacey's still hanging on close into the background of the top 2, waiting for the track as well. Tommy Real is trying to gain in after his 1 stop earlier in the race. And we've still got everybody. Well, still got those 12 runners. James currently in 9th from B Ford in 10th. B Ford is gaining on him. The gap is down to 1.8 seconds. The question is, can B Ford get the move done before the rain hits and before DRS gets disabled? If he can get close enough. He's gaining half a second in the middle sector there. B Ford just down. The gap is down to 1 second. Nobody's coming in for the intermediates yet. Rain's not coming down hard enough just yet. He's within that second, and Drazi has lost up to 4 seconds now since Pez has passed him. Still clinging on with those old tyres, hoping for the rain. B Ford right on the back now of James. In this middle sector. You're going to have to wait to make the move, possibly at the end of this twisty section. Not quite able to make the move into the third last corner there of the lap, but he's right behind as James looks like he's probably gambling on the intermediates here as B Ford goes past, and Ludlow gets out of the way of Rooney. The lead for Pez is up to 6 seconds. Let's see the stops. James is going on to the soft tyres. Obviously it's not raining hard enough just yet. So we got Rooney now probably chasing. Rooney's chasing down Camo, trying to gain extra positions for that 8th place. But we've got Dacey and Drazzy in the pit lane. Will they be going to softer? Will they be going to the soft tyres, or are they going to be going to intermediates? Looks like they're going. Oh, Drazzy's gone intermediate. And Dacey's gone soft. This could be a big gamble for... A big gamble. It looks like Camo has lost it in the final sector, out of the penultimate corner. But let's see if Drazzy's gamble will pay off on those intermediate tyres. Not sure it has. He's lost the place to Dacey. Just couldn't hang on any longer for the rain. And it looks like we've got Camo out of the race. He's into the barrier at the final corner. We've got a safety car. Safety car that will save Drazzy if it's going to get wetter. Now, what will people be doing under this safety car? Will it be dry tyres or intermediates? But this is going to bunch up the field. And we're going to have a battle between 10th and 11th. 10th and 11th for Aki and Ludlow, who are currently a lap down. But will they get their laps back under the safety car? Give them a chance to get more positions. I say, looking at it, people are going onto the intermediate tyre. So is Dacey going to stay? Dacey stays out on his soft tyres. He's gambling on it. Yaniad's going to the soft as well. Interesting choices here. We've got people going for the intermediates and the soft tyre. Let's see how this pans out towards the end of this race. Very interesting strategy calls. And we got Lorne and Maitland going for the intermediates. More than likely be Ford in the pits for... Oh, fresh set of soft tyres. Very interesting. James stays out. Aki's been into the pits for intermediates. And Ludlow is still on the medium tyre. Will he be getting his lap back? Is he just trying to get his lap back, or is he gambling on the medium tyres to the finish? Very interesting strategies playing out here towards the end of this race. So will the soft tyres hold out, or Aki AMG disqualified from the session? Ignoring yellow flags. Wow. Pretty sure that said disqualified from the session. I could be wrong. I must have misread that. I thought that said Aki disqualified from the session. He's still going round, as you can see, so obviously that's just possibly an error on the... on the game. Let's just have a look at the director. Very strange, that one. That's a very strange incident, that. I don't know if I've misread that at all, but we're going to see how now. I'm very intrigued to see if the soft tyre runners can get these tyres to the end, if it's going to rain hard enough or not. It's a very interesting call. I don't know if DRS has been disabled. But this does help the stragglers at the back, or the people that were involved in the first lap incident, I should say, of B. Ford, James, who were involved in that first lap incident. And the other couple of runners few of the other runners that were involved are out. So I think Ford and James are the two remaining, still standing. And looks like James has finally boxed for the intermediate tyre. As well, so he's not taking a gamble on those mediums. I mean those softs, sorry. But we've got 4 drivers still on dry tyres. I'm very intrigued to see how this is going to pan out. I'd say no, Maitland, you can't go past the ghosted car. He is a lap down. Just because he's ghosted doesn't mean you can go past, Maitland. Alright, just hopefully the safety car is possibly in this lap. Just waiting on Aki to catch back up to the field on his intermediate tyres. And then hopefully we'll get going. So it's been a very incident-packed start to this race. We had, I believe it was Ludlow clipped the back of Westerns in the back of at the back of the penultimate corner, which caused obviously B. Ford and James to get damage involved, and then we had Thron Half hit the pit lane wall going around the final corner, which then caused more damage to his teammate. And it's been a very entertaining race to watch the two-stop strategies and the one-stop strategies pan out. Pez has done a two-stop and he's back out in front, as has Tommy Reel. And pretty much most of the other guys, bar the guys at the back of the pack, have done one stop. Oh, and we've got Tommy Reel in the barrier on the restart. That's unbelievable. And he's got major damage there. That's unfortunate. And we've got Maitland making a pit change to dry tyres. Let's get back to the front of the field. We've got CSR Pez still on the intermediates, with Dacey hounding him for the lead. Looks like it's the dry tyre strategy is the one to be on at the moment. And Dacey takes the lead in the Williams from Pez. So Yanni Ans and B. Ford have currently made the right call. B. Ford looks like he's making a move on Yanni Ans into the chicane. Doesn't gamble on it. And Dacey is pulling out at the front by quite a way. He's gained 2 seconds in the middle sector alone. So Yanni Ans and B. Ford need to make the move on these drivers on the intermediates that haven't worked out for them. And B. Ford passes Drazi and Yanni Ans in the middle sector, and he's up the inside of Pez, up into second place. How fortunes have turned for the championship leader after being down in 10th place and also out of the points in the early stages of this race. So he's up to 10th. We've got Yanni trying to make his way past Pez as well, up onto the podium. Can the Renault driver make the move going into turn 1? And he looks like he's going to. No, he backs out of it. just in case the conditions do worsen for these soft drive runners, you've got to make the move as quick as possible. And Yanni Jans is around the outside in turn 2 and up into the podium places. So we've got the other soft runners are at the back of the pack are Maitland and James. Their gambles going on to the intermediates haven't panned out. Although Maitland did come in under the safety car to change back onto the softs, I believe. So he's running about 10 seconds off the back here of the leading bunch. But Dacey, B. Ford and Yanni Jans are pulling away from the intermediate runners here of Pez, Drazi and Lorne, and they've got to make the best of it here. They've got to pray that the weather comes to them in these final stages, and so that they can gain back on the drivers out front. It was a gamble either way from the looks of things. It didn't look wet enough for intermediates, but it was just about possibly near the crossover point. Race control, DRS enabled. There you go. So it is getting drier towards the end of this race. So the intermediate runners are going to be in a world of hurt towards the end of this. And looks like Drazi's making a move on, attempting to make a move on Pez. But we've got Dacey and B. Ford who have picked up penalties. How much penalty is it? 3 seconds apiece, with Yanni is outside of their penalty allotment at the minute, so they don't want to get more to lose places to the driver behind them. They've got to try and keep it penalty free in these tricky conditions. I say, just looking at the position change since the start, these three drivers have gained so much since the restart, especially Yanni Jans, the only guy in double figures gaining places. But we've got Tommy Riel into the pits. He's pitted for a new nose. But Dacey is doing a stellar job out front, 3.5 seconds ahead of B. Ford, sorry. Going to get that wrong constantly. I do apologise. But the closest battle we've got on track at the minute is Drazi right on the back end of Pez. Can he make a move coming down the home straight? Is he close enough? Not this time. Not this time. But Yanni is falling away still from the leading duo of Dacey and Ford, but he is still keeping a safe distance ahead of Pez. And we've got Dacey out of the race. Unbelievable. And a safety car. He's lost it out of turn 5. The leader has lost it. Unbelievable. We've got a safety car and a drive-through. Oh no, Yanni Jans with a drive-through penalty. Unbelievable. What a thing to do at the end of the race when you're on the podium. But if it's a one-lap dash, he'll be taking it on the final lap. Just have to see what happens with that, because normally safety cars are 3 laps, so touch and go whether we're going to get going again here. But B. Ford, how the tables have turned. From a disastrous start to the race, he is now leading with 3 laps to go after being 13th or 14th at the end of lap 1. But this does help the intermediate runners. Oh, and we've got Pez in the pit lane. Is he changing to softer tyres? Or is he going to... And Lorne as well. Let's see what tyres everybody goes on to. But Drazi is taking a chance, and Aki has a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car also. So 2 drivers have picked up drive-throughs under the safety car at the very end of this race. Let's see what happens with them. Position-wise anyway. But this could also hamper B Ford with his 3-second time penalty to Drazi. If we do get one lap of green, he has got to bolt and pray he can get out enough of a gap in these tricky conditions. Oh, there you go. Safety car in with 2 laps to go. So everyone that is pitted under this safety car, they've got to catch it quickly. So Yanni Jans is going to be in a world of hurt. He's got to come in on the penultimate lap. That is just gut-wrenching for Yanni Jans. He's had a very strong race. Yanni Jans has either made a mistake. No, he's coming in the pits now, I think. Right, and B Ford. Let's see how this pans out at the front here. Can B Ford pull away from the intermediate runner of Drazi, who is the only guy left on the intermediate tyre in these damp conditions? Can Drazi make these intermediate tyres work? Is it damp enough now that he can make a move? It does look like the tables have turned since the last safety car by the looks of things. Drazi is hanging on to B Ford here. But can Drazi's tyres hold out for 2 laps? B Ford needs 3 seconds, remember, as long as Drazi does not pick up a penalty. Right, on to the final lap now. And we still got B Ford in front, but he has not made up the gap that he needed to claim victory at the moment. But I'm sure after the start of this race he will take this. Gap is up to a second, but he needs a second a sector here if he is going to claim victory. Unless Drazi somehow picks up a penalty in the dying seconds here. Been a very intriguing race, this. Looks like barring any troubles it will be CSR Pez who will pick up the final podium place. Unless Lorne has anything to say about it. Let's see, and Rooney is up to a 1.5 seconds, but it's not going to be enough. Let's see, B Ford crosses the line to take the checkered flag, but Drazi is going to win on countback, and CSR Pez is the other podium finisher. B Ford just hangs on to that second place. Just waiting now for... I've only got 9 finishers, I've just realised. Tommy Reel, Yanni Jans and Ludlow just to come round. So here comes Tommy Reel for 8th. And we've got Yanni Jans, the unfortunate Yanni Jans, in 9th. Who's probably going to finish 8th. with all those time penalties for Tommy Reel. And then Ludlow, RM Ludlow has finished, and there we go. Right, I will attempt to get the top 3 in for a quick chat as well, just for the end of this race, just to see how they see what their take on the race. Alright, I say remember to include your audio, guys. Hello, have I got Drazzy and B Ford with me?
Yep.
Good. Alright, just a quick one. Well, not a quick one, just a quick word on your races. I'll start with Drazzy, the eventual race winner. Seemed like your one-stop strategy, I'll admit, after the first safety car towards the end of the race wasn't actually going to pay off, but I assume you took that gamble just to in hope, I was assuming, just to see if it would work out, because the rain didn't seem to come quite as fast, did it? But other than that, how was the rest of your race as well?
Yeah, it was the start was so hectic. I don't know what happened. Everybody was crashing.
It was very crazy, I'll give you that.
It was insane. And then I was in the lead, and then I knew the rain was coming at the end, but I was expecting lap 30, 32. But then it started waiting at like 26, 27. I was like, I have to stay on these mediums and do the inters and hope it falls down. And then it didn't, not enough. And then Daisy crashed, and that second safety car really helped me out. The inters weren't that bad, actually. It was actually decent.
No. It was decent. It was just that the soft tyres, or the dry tyres, they just seemed that just slightly little bit better.
Yeah.
Just before the end of the race, they did.
Especially on exits.
But I was going to say, I seem to be your lucky charm, because I think the last time I commentated on a race, you won as well. So maybe I should commentate more often.
Please do.
I'll try, but I'll have to talk to the league owner and see what he says on that front. He might not approve of that one. But yes, as we've got one of the league owners here, Mr. Ford in second place. You had a very entertaining race. The start was very hectic for you, and then it was a bit quiet, and then it just, with the safety cars, just seemed to come to you. Let's just describe how the race, in a sense, panned out from your perspective.
Well, I had a pretty good start, gained positions, then I think it was a VSC on that one came out. Bunched up. I think Ludlow made a massive mistake going by joining it, all consulted up. So I think I don't know, it's probably supposed to be reviewed, but
from what I saw, he clipped the back of Westerns and just caused a pile up.
Yeah, basically, I think about 4 or 5 cars.
Yeah.
So I was on the path going to the end. Obviously, I knew there was rain towards the end.
Yeah.
And then I've done camo. He went quite slow. Probably a bit my fault. Got more damage. I didn't know my stop for front wing. I was mediums, and then it started around like wanting the rain to come quicker, and then the safety car came out. I think I boxed the softs, and then worldy move I pulled off, which basically got me second place. I didn't win, but I'll take second place in that race.
I was going to say, after the start, I'm pretty sure you'd have taken that after being like pretty much last at the end of the first lap.
I took third, because I only got third by 2 tenths, so I would have took third, but second good enough for me.
Yes, and well, anyway, what race have we got next week for just for people listening to the stream?
Ooh, can't remember. Let me check. It is. We have Brazil next week.
Oh, Brazil, nice. Entertaining race, nice. So I'm assuming that means you two are going to be enjoying that one.
Oh God.
I was expecting more of that. This race also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'll just before I end this stream, I'll say congratulations again, Drazzy, on the victory. Hopefully, if I commentate more often, I get to commentate on your victories every race.
Yeah.
Because I seem to bring you good luck, so you'll be wanting that. Maybe talk to the guy that finished second, and he might approve, he might not. You never know. But yes, look forward to seeing some very entertaining races in the future. It was a very entertaining race to watch.
I would just like to say, shout out to
Yes.
everyone that finished, because that was a mental race. If they
It was crazy. This
Yeah.
was crazy.
Yes.
fucking everyone, there's loads of people that went down, got damaged from the back. I think James, Maitland, Ludlow. I mean,
There was there was loads of you on the first lap that had damage, but I know Maitland wasn't in it for about the first 5-10 laps. I think he was just struggling to get back into the lobby after randomly being removed, I think, from what I remember. But anyway, it's a pleasure talking to you both. Hopefully we'll see you on the podium next weekend, and maybe I'll be talking to you again soon, but and I might be racing, you never know. But yes, it was a very entertaining race to watch. Congratulations once again to you, Drazi, on another victory.
Thank you.
And yes, we'll hopefully see both of you next week.
Yep.
Alright,